Hi, everybody. Hey, Haley. This is Theodore Blue, hanging out with y'all on this beautiful Saturday. Well, sweet Lord, mind you, it's 9 minutes after 3 Pacific Standard Time. Dawn, what time is it here? New York is 6:09. Yeah. Los Angeles 3:09. Houston's 5:09. Denver is 4:09. Paris is 12:09 and 12:10. London is 11:10 p.m. Paris is 12:10 a.m. Lagos, Nigeria is 12:10 a.m. and Sao Paulo is 8:10 p.m. Exactly 9 hours ahead of us. Hi, everybody. This is Thomas Hoodoo hanging out with you in Overloo. I'm gonna have a reading or so. Hey, Dr. Tima on Clubhouse. Hey, honey. I have a reading or so later on. So probably have a little reading later on. Ah, oh, you know, hey, Theo, honey. Hey, Dr. Seema. You know what I'm probably gonna have to do is, so I just opened the space in Clubhouse just a few moments ago. I'm gonna have to hold on. Yeah, invite. So I'm gonna share. Listen, I wonder if I can send it to my email address. There has to be a better way I can send this. Can I send this through the thing? Okay, I have to cut on Wi-Fi. Turn Bluetooth on. Now, can I send a link? No. Hold on. It's connect to net. No, you can't send that. Hey, you know what? Kids can stream this to their own destinations. Of course. Now, I could send video. They should have better ways of going about doing this. Like you should be able to stream it to like the Instagram and Facebook and all the well they go. So it doesn't really matter. Hey, everybody. What is going on? Dr. Tima, how are you doing? Oh, hold on. Listen, I didn't say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. Everybody's fine. Now that's on Clubhouse. Let me say hello on YouTube. Say hello to everybody on here. Hope everybody's fine. No, not that one. Listen, my email on my Mac. I haven't set that thing up yet. So I'm not interested in none of that mess at all. I'm not. So, I'm not interested. It still mystifies. I've been working with Macs over 20 years now, and it still mystifies me how that Mac that list you hit on the Mac thing will pop up, and every time what the hell is that? So you've been seeing this now for over 20 years. You know that you have to set up your email and another have the airdrops and everything else. Set up your email. Just set up your email. This man in the house. So I'm glad. Oh, there you go, honey. I'm glad you caught me. Set up your email, sir. That's all you have to do. Just set up your email. Stop being trifling. I don't want to set it up. Oh no. Just listen. You sound like a personal problem. Set up your email. I've never set up my email on my Mac ever. Mm-mm. So here we go. Now hold it down. Here's a link. Copy the link right there. Okay, copy URL. And then I'm going to share the URL in Clubhouse. And that just share the URL there. Okay, hold on. Link to StreamYard. I should have all set up before I got it right. I should, but I don't. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get better. Link to StreamYard. There we go. And now that's in the chat. YouTube on YouTube. So now that's like productions. Productions. Yeah. Ha. There we go. All the information is there. Hi, Sister Kimberly. Hi, honey. Oh, very good. So I don't have to ping if I don't ping people in. Let people find their way on way in. Wait, no, wait, ping folks in. Let's see what's going on. Avenue. How should get to stuff so I can help her? Yeah. So, uh-oh. So how's everybody doing? I'm just paying folks in that, definitely. Just paying folks in. So how about paying people? They're not gonna know. I have to space open. Unless I have notifications for going out. I think some folks sign up for notifications and some don't. Mine's on YouTube. Now, I've been here for quite a few months. So at the very beginning, I'm always doing this right here. Moving faces. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll be doing that all day. I'm doing fine, honey. Yeah, the energy's usually fine, honey. I'm not. Oh, what was that? Yo, I dropped something. Dropped on my foot. What was that? Oh, headphones. Sorry. No, never really a Krabby Patty. Not necessarily. I ain't gonna need for it. Now, of course, now, for all, um, for those interested, hold on. On Clubhouse. Some folks, you realize, y'all, some folks do not know about Clubhouse at all. They have no idea what that is. And you don't need a nomination like you used to back a few years ago. Yeah. I still wonder why they did that though. But it was quite lovely when they had that open. That absolutely was. All right. So what's happening, everybody? I'll wait for a few folks to clock in. Chime in a little bit. You know, say, hey, Megan. Wait for a few folks to chime in. And doing so. What I want to talk about today? Today is basically Supernatural Saturday. Hey, Maggie. What's going on there? How are you? I hope you're doing fine. Absolutely. Hey, y'all. Hello, everybody. Let me say hello. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is have a continuation of what is. Hold on, I forgot to think about that. Yeah, I really should be doing this earlier. Now, yes, that's what I'm also still learning. How to put everything up. That's really cool, though. Still learning a little bit. I can learn this in my own private time. It's kind of cool if you think about it, though. Anyway, y'all. What I want to do, of course, is just talk about Marie Laveau today. A little bit. Talk about Marie Laveau. Also, too, talk about different just different Hoodoo ancestors. I found a very interesting page online. Actually, I found it about 2 weeks ago. Came across it again. And this just talks about Hoodoo ancestors. People that are really, 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 really venerable. People that are famous concerning folklore in Louisiana down south that were Hoodoo people of their own. They did the dang thing. About it. I wonder if I still have the page open. I think I do. Also, y'all, do y'all know Hoodoo doctor by the name of Hoodoo Roses? I keep hearing about him. He came up again one other time. He sure did. And I keep hearing of him doing, of course, a lot of different ceremonies. One ceremony that he did from, because mind you, there's a whole forum on Reddit Speaking about him as well as other folks that are known in Hoodoo and Conjure. And one sister said that he did a remedy for her and a whole mojo for her. I think this was a ritual. And this was to get somebody back into our life. It did the opposite. And it pit a I think it's Hoodoo Moses. I think so. It could be Hoodoo Moses. I think it could be Hoodoo Moses. It did the opposite. I'm going to find the Reddit and show it to y'all. It did the complete opposite. And now she have a hate in her home. So I'm on Reddit. Now, mind you, I'm on Reddit a little bit, a lot. Well, I think it's amazing. And yeah. And what I in Hazel Seattle, and I went about trying to, of course, giving her remedies so that she can. I'm looking at the page right now, giving her remedies so she can go about literally getting that hate out of her house. Yeah. And the thing about it, she hit me back. This has been going on for 2 days. She hit me back and she said, well, I've never heard, wrote it down in front of everybody. She said, I've never heard of such things. Oh, you are very welcome, sister. You're very welcome, baby. She says, I've never heard of such things. And she says, I'm going to relate back to Hoodoo Moses. I closed my eyes and looked inside my own skull and I took a deep sigh. Okay, ma'am, is he the one? I'm saying this to myself. Is he the one who's giving you trouble? Why would you refer back to him since he's the cause of confusion? If what you're telling us is that exactly. So, so my thing is, if you've been burned or your ass is on fire, why would you go back to the place that burned you? That's my inquiring minds want to know. I would love to know. I really would. Why would you go back to the place that burned you? I just want to know. Now, that's all I want to know. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Nothing else. I listen. I don't have. Hold on now. I'm serious. I'm not saying nothing bad about nobody. I don't have that to say. It's ain't my business. But if you are, why would you go back to the person? Well, I've never heard of these remedies before. Let me check with him and see what he's going to say. Okay. Well, I tried. Excuse me. My thing is this. I done tried to help. That's all the help I'm gonna do. You can lead a horse to water. You cannot make that horse drink. And don't you try to make that horse drink at all. Not at all. No, because listen. No. Don't make the horse drink. Absolutely not. It ain't worth. But I definitely did my part. Now I'm actually on here looking. I'm actually looking at my images, y'all. Usually that's what I might be able to find. Because it talks about beautiful elders who don't conjure. And I had that page open. Y'all, I had that page open forever. Oh, a book one. Well, that's a whole Hoodoo festival they had in Algiers. Oh, they was had in 2015. That is so beautiful. Oh, but we also talk about infamous people in Hoodoo and Conjure, people to stay away from. Until I find that page, we can talk about that. The first place I want to talk about is that old site called, let's go back up here, because it's the first site you're going to see. And y'all, this site literally is the bane of everybody's existence. Hold on. It's that Lucky Mojo, that Lucky Mojo site. Y'all, but see, nobody really know about that now. Everybody who practices Hoodoo and Conjure, nobody goes to the Lucky Mojo site. I'm going to tell you why. One, it's not the fact that the site is owned by a white woman out of California, because I'm now in California, And I dare anybody to tell me I don't have the audacity to practice hoodoo, especially as much mojo as I be slinging every day. Okay. It's not the Californian angle. Now that I'm here. That ain't the angle. It's just that a lot of folks, she's been so disrespectful to black folks, so disrespectful to anybody. And half the stuff on there that she's talking about, a lot of it is not. Hold on. No, people, Mr. Hoodoo. Just pick. Yeah, you got pick Hoodoo. Because when you pick Hoodoo, you know it usually comes up. Yeah, it usually comes up the geographical site that's in Utah. Why do they name it Hoodoo? I don't know. I think the natives named it Hoodoo. Spirituality. The natives named it Hoodoo. Pretty much. Now, um, Lucky Mojo site is a site. It's a site of it's a lot of true healing. So go to it. The reason why it's a culture vulture. The people behind there, the way they treat folks, a lot of the things on there that take too long shipping. You don't get what you don't get what you bought. That's one. Two, the site is in infamy specifically because of the fact of how the racism that goes on in that site. Also, two, um, it's just not good business. It's just not good business at all. And everybody pretty much knows that too. Yeah, everybody pretty much knows that. I cannot find these pictures. No, hold on. The site itself. Y'all, I found a Voodoo Man stone spirit doll on eBay. Don't you get it? You leave it alone. Don't get it. No, but Lucky Mojo's been in there. The site has been up since the early 2000s. And and then also too, Lucky Mojo is connected to a site of a bunch of psychics. They have a whole network. And I've heard so much mess about people. It's here no right now. Let's see Conjure. Who is this man? He's out of Louisiana. Now he look white, he's probably Creole. So listen, these movies in chat you really can't tell. Because some of them Creoles look like they white passing. A lot of them look white passing. So you really can't go by color. The whole thing about, and that's one of the things about when it comes to saying who can be in who and who can't. Go into Louisiana and then you let me know. Because what you're seeing and who you're seeing is not really what you're seeing. Absolutely. I just can't find the site. You know, I'm probably going to go on Bing. Bing is a much better. I like going to Bing. Bing has much better images. But Bing also too. Bing also too has a lot more varied. It seems like it reaches far too. Google basically Google kind of censors its mojo, censors the images. It doesn't cover the whole entire net, and it only chooses the top. It only chooses the top site because it goes by algorithm. So if a site hasn't been visited for a long time, it's going to be at the bottom rung. Whereas Bing chooses the most relevant of key search words. Google tries to do. I think this is it right here. Oh my God, y'all! Henry Black. I just saw the picture of him. That's Henry Black right there. Oh, this is so amazing. Go back. Don't you dare. There he is right there. Henry Black. I'm going to share this. Let me see if I can pull this file up. Now, this Black Herman. Oh, this is so amazing. This is a real picture of Black Herman. He's on. I'm going to share it. I'm going to actually share it. And let me go find myself again. Because it's here we go. Let me see. Put this on my display page. Oh, there we go. Right there. Do it right over here. Black Hermit is a major elder, so much so he's actually one of them. He's on the Hoodoo Tarot deck. Here, let me show you. Let me share the screen. He's one of the major elders on the Hoodoo Tarot. Let's see, Black Hermit. I want to see who else I can find. Let's take a big old long look at him. Black Hermit, here he is. His name was Benjamin Rucker, born 1892. He passed on April 15, 1934. He was an American stage musician better known by his stage name Black Hermit. He was the most prominent African-American magician of his time. He appears in the main major character in Ishmael Reed's 1972 novel, Mumbo Jumbo. Rucker was born in Elmhurst, Virginia in 1892. Little is known about his origins, especially since Rucker told audiences of more exotic fictional backstories. He often claimed to have been born into a Zulu tribe and to have spent his childhoods in the jungles of Africa. That was him. And that's probably the only picture of him that exists. See, he has that staff right there. Well, I think that's a staff, but this is actually him. Now, the Hoodoo Tarot card, let's see if I can find the Hoodoo Tarot card. The Hoodoo Tarot has Black Hermit in it. Mind you, he was a major conjure person. Absolutely major conjure person. Was also said to have taught Robert Johnson how to approach the crossroads and approach Papa Midnight and or the Crossroad God and or Elador. Rucker learned the art and stage of ill illusions from a performer called Prince Herman, who was his first teacher and later his partner. The pair sold patent medicines as well. Patent medicines. Patent medicines were just a polite way of saying conjure medicines, and performing prognostications. Prognostications, of course, the psychic, making their act as much as a medicine show, conjure, as well as a stage show. When Prince Herman passed on in 1909, Rucker adopted the name Black Herman in homage to his late friend. Black Herman then continued to tour, focusing on the stage act and dropping the medicine show aspects of his performance. Now, that's what most people think. Further, I found out later, if you didn't drop it, people stopped paying attention, started doing it afterwards. Eventually, Black Herman made Harlem his home base. Jim Crow policies were in effect in that time, so in the northern states, he would perform before racially mixed audiences. But when he traveled down south, often with his own tent show, segregation laws kept his audiences primarily black. His specialties included the astral levitation, the production of rabbits, release from knots tied by audience members, and a buried alive act, which began his interment in the outdoor area called Black Herman's Private Graveyard. Continued 3 days later with his examination revival and walked to the stage venue where he performed the rest of his show. This is so amazing. He passed away at age 44 in Louisville, Kentucky, presumably a result of a heart attack. Despite sensational stories saying Herman died after collapsing during the show, press reports and Herman's own death certificate indicate that he passed on at a boarding house he and his troupe were staying in Louisville. Due to the fame of his buried alive act, many people refused to believe that he was really dead. And those came up that his assistant, Washington Reeves, charged admission to view Rucker's corpse at the White Funeral Home, bringing a dramatic close to life spent in showmanship. Now, mind you, he's buried in Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx. He absolutely is. Who's this person? He's absolutely buried in the Bronx, y'all. That's point. Near the Woodlawn Cemetery, near Cortland Park, definitely. Now, hold on. Now, mind you, that's him. Absolutely. I don't expect to see him. Now, what I want to do is, because absolutely because I do this every day, searching. Oh, everybody also too. The latest search now. The latest Patreon project is out now, definitely. So go there and see what you need. The latest project is about Hoodoo and Conjure, but also too, um, it's about Hoodoo and Conjure, but also go to beta. It's a little about going into botanicals and learning more about botanical candles, and there we go. Learning more about botanical candles, but also too what they can do, what they can't do. That includes spells as well. I'm gonna go back to images. When I think about it, Mama Cass, hold on, and then Mama Cass, hold on. I'm gonna put in Mama Cass Star. Now, mind you, that's gonna pull up. Hopefully, they'll pull up this beautiful site because it's a lot of beautiful elders. Now, one of the reasons why I want to talk about the elders of Conjure, because elders literally is what Hoodoo actually is. Elder, we stand on the backs and on the shoulders of our elders too. But this site talked about elders, and I thought about it today. And I should have pulled it up, but I thought about it today specifically because it talks about elders that I know of. But a lot of folks I'm not gonna know of these elders. I talked about a lot of them too as well. Yeah, I'm probably about to pull it up later. Much. So absolutely. Also, to another site that's pretty infamous, or another person pretty infamous online, is Mama. Checking Mama Star. Is Hoodoo Delight or Hoodoo Delish? Y'all, stay away from her. Don't do, y'all. Just leave it be. Leave it be. Stay away. A lot of the spells that are on there. I have a lot, not a lot, but 2 or 3 Patreon projects. I've taken some of them more popular spells and not necessarily debunking them, but doing them the right way. Because a lot of her spell work is done absolutely the wrong way, and it can get you in a lot of trouble, definitely. But those are just a few people that you have to really, really be very careful with. There are plenty of other ones, but just be careful with those too. And remind you that is Hoodoo Delish, as well as Lucky Mojo. Just stay, like I said, there are plenty of other sites too everybody can go to that absolutely know what they're doing. And they're absolutely wonderful to work with. Just stay out for those. And very good. Now, I'm going to get my bookmarks. I'm not proud of Is that really okay? Maybe that's it. No. No. So listen, y'all, if you want to come up and talk to me, come on up and talk to me. While y'all do that, I am looking for the site so that I can talk about quite a few of the elders, the older elders, in order to talk about a few of the older elders concerning Hoodoo and Conjure. Just introduce everybody to some of the to people of folklore, especially Southern folklore, definitely. Other people you may not necessarily know about. I probably made this site into a I don't know who it. And you know what? I probably come across someone to help me with. Conjure doctors. Was that anything? No. It could be. No, it's not. No. When I come across it, you know what? I probably end up doing a whole Patreon about it. Hey, Key. What's going on, honey? Hello, everybody. Hey, Sister Key, Sister Arden. Sister Shay, Sister Yeti, Sister Lena, Sister Maggie, Sister Kimberly, and Dr. Tima, Sister Dr. Tima. Hello, everybody. What you doing? I'm doing fine. Minding my business. Not really. But I'm doing fine, sweetie. Doing pretty well. And hey, everybody who's on YouTube or StreamYard with me. Hi. Hey, Jamelia, honey, how you doing? And I hope you're doing fine. Hey, Sage, hello. Hope you're doing fine. I hope everybody's doing well. All right. Now, because we have presentation over there, and I can show it, and I can just show off and show on, I'm going to start utilizing that too as well, talking about studies. But today we don't want to talk about studies, because today is Hoodoo. Today is a Supernatural Saturday. I'm sorry, I couldn't find this thing though. I thought I bookmarked it. I know I did. So, no, I did bookmark another lady. I sure did. Hold on. Did I bookmark that one? That one. No. Well, let's go to the other one. Because Low Country books. This is South Med right here. This also has elders as well that are really, really important. It talks about a few others. Now, mind you, this talked about a major retreat railroad. This was just a really beautiful magazine. I'm going to share this link. It's a really cool magazine of just low country conjurers. I'm going to share that on here. Y'all go check that out. I found it very interesting. It talked about a major case concerning Dr. Buzzard back in 1932. One that actually gained him fame and fortune. Check that out. Now that's that link that's actually on the site itself on the YouTube. Check that site out. I'm gonna have to check for this site definitely. Is it? No. Whatever happened to Carolina Conjure? What happened to her? Carolina Conjure. She had a site up quite a few years ago. And I remember working with her some time. I'm looking at her site now. And I can't find it. That's so hard. No, I can't find it. Hold on. So how y'all doing? Peace and love to you and to everybody else. Hey, honey, what's going on? Hold on. Because I remember. There we go. And if I can pull it up. Now, when you talk about Black Herman, y'all, this gentleman was so famous. Type in Black Herman into your browser. You're going to see so many beautiful illustrations of him. He was very famous back in the day. Very, very famous. I need to find this page and find it later. I may have it. I think I have it. I may have it. I just may have it. Hold on, because he was one of the major conjurers. And I just saw a picture of old Black Allen. Now, what I'm going to do is take this picture and then do a visual search. Because I know he's one of the root doctors on the site itself. Special search. Let's see. That was one of the group that they talked about. Not for black people. It's just for black folks. Because they'll just try to sing you something. Yeah. I have to search for it some other time. And search for the site as well for another time too. Now, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? Oh, hold on. Can y'all hear me? Y'all may not be able to know. No, it's not good. I'm gonna have to look and find it. Find it amount downtime. So I don't want to keep wasting anybody's time. I'll have to find it some other time. All right. Hey. Oh, very good. Hey, Kroma. Y'all caught your loves. Oh, happy to see you too, sweetie. How are you doing? They're very good. I hope y'all are doing well. Very much so. Now, on Clubhouse, what's going on with everybody else? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that Clubhouse room is dead. It's just dead. Look at all the music. Oh, it's just dead. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Hey, hey, hi, how are you doing? We are doing good. How are you? Oh, we're good. Okay. Yes, we can hear you. Doing well. I hope you're doing. No, I'm doing well, honey. Absolutely. I looked up something and I was trying to find it, but I can't find it definitely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just talk because I do want to talk about hoodoo elders. But when you talk about hoodoo elders, especially hoodoo, and you're searching online, now there are a few elders that I know, plenty of elders, but there are other elders that other people are not going to know. These are elders that are just in Baton Rouge. There are other elders too that I know of, and straight folks are not going to know because these are elders in just in our neck of the woods. Such as, of course, we have several blackjacks. Of course, we have Aunt Jet. Aunt Jet was an elder concerning Conjure as well. She's pretty well known. That's how I found it. Absolutely, that's how I found it. I think I may, no, hopefully, I think I may have come across. Because y'all, every time you're looking for something, like a site, remember the pictures of them. Never ever search the site unto itself. But never ever search the site on just leads concerning the site. On leads concerning the site engine. Go ahead and search images. But honey, this Pinterest just eats up all the. There are more images on Pinterest, and Pinterest doesn't lead to anything. It's just the pictures. So that's how Pinterest gets in the way. I think this could be it. Bishop H. Mason. Maybe this is it. There's a Pinterest site too. Hoodoo Tarot card is coming up really well. I'm even under woodworkers. Hoodoo Tarot card is coming up a lot. I think we do. This shit. Another damn site about goddamn Pinterest. I am so sick of Pinterest. They will literally eat up all the sites. And you're literally at the, hopefully this will lead to the site. This time I'm going to bookmark it. I'm just so sick of Pinterest. Oh, okay. Conjure doctors and spiritual mothers. Please bookmark the site. Well, I'll be on it now. Yes, Jesus. Now, hold on. Let me go ahead on here and share this with everybody. There we go. Okay. I know if I kept looking for it, I'd find it. Now, and then we share screen. Now, can introduce y'all to a few elders that are very important to the mind. These are not just elders in around Louisiana. These are conjure elders everywhere. Absolutely. Now, the first elder that I want to introduce y'all to is, his name is Jean Motin, or called Dr. John or Jean Beaulieu. And that's going to be him right here. Now, I've heard a lot about him. Now, mind you, he was born. He was an African native enslaved to Cuba, where he was purchased his freedom and became a ship's cook. Now, mind you, he settled in New Orleans around about 1845, during the time of the Louisiana State Purchase. Do you remember the time when I was telling everybody that there was an influx before 1845 of Black folks, that were coming with the French, but they were coming here. They weren't slaves. They were coming here because of their trade. And he was a cook. There were other Black folks or Moors coming over here from France herself. They were goldsmith, ironsmith. They were able to deal with horses, able to deal with cows. And then, of course, there were those that were just seamen. Basically, they were mariners. This is what they did for business. Now, he was a fortune teller, healer, and Greek doctor. He passed out in 1885 at the age of 70. Dr. John is considered the father of New Orleans Hoodoo. Now, we can read more about Dr. John here. Now, I'm going to pick this site here. Hold on, let me put this site right here. I'm going to pick that on. So y'all can. There you go. Now, I like a site you can read at your own pleasure and just read up on it. Now, I've thought about it. Now, mind you, we have Bishop H. Mason here. Look at Bishop H. Mason. Now, usually in the card, we have Bishop H. Mason's eyes aglow and his tongue hanging out on fire. To this day, y'all, nobody has been able to tell me what is all this. What is all this with Bishop H. Mason? But from one elder, one elder told me that these are all spirit woods that he would take to build staffs and rods from, all different spiritual accoutrements. This is Bishop H. Mason. So if you look at the Hoodoo tarot card, this was a real man. He was a real brother. Charles Henryson, C.H. Mason, was an American Pentecostal holiness and denominational leader. He was a founder, chief apostle, and first senior bishop of the Church of God in Christ, the largest Pentecostal church in the United States. According to Jeffrey Anderson in his book, Conjure in African American Society, he used roots to supposedly discern God's will and practice already familiar to those that were experienced with Hoodoo. So these must have been his roots, of course, in discerning God's will. Now, the root doctor that's right next to him, this is Mr. Murphy, Ed Murphy. He is extremely infamous. Let me tell you about him. I had to listen to back on this. Mr. Henry Murphy, or what we call Jack Black. This is the Jack Black. This brother was so infamous concerning his gifts, nobody even knew his age. He would tell people, now if you're on YouTube, you can see him. He would tell people he was born around the time of Washington, and he would tell people that I was born before this country was, and people believed him. He would go out for 10, 15 years at a time, would come up missing, because more than likely he was a traveling conjurer. It's probably quite dramatic too. Traveling conjurers were those that would go around the deep south, plying their trade. Now, mind you, they were also hired farmhands. Mind you, the deep south itself, a lot of agriculture was owned by black folks, so they needed extra farmhands. So he spent a lot of his time either moonshining, plying his trade as a farmer. He would also go, he probably used dowsing to find water, different odds and ends jobs that kept his belly full. But he was infamously powerful conjurer. It was said that he could make the rain, he could make it rain at his own, he could make it rain if he wanted to. It was also said that he could call hailstorm fire. He could call hailstorms when he wanted to. Nobody literally did not know his age. Let me sit down here. Here we go. Now, he was a Mississippi conjure doctor held in awe by many of the Negroes of the locality, to whom I am greatly indebted to for Hoodoo lore. It says he had 3 birthmarks on his left arm representing the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and a lucky mole on his right arm. He is chicken breast, which means that he never had consumption, and was born with a cowl on his face. And so he said, kinking out the side of his head and straight on top. Now, Ed Murphy or Jack Black, nobody never knew his age. He should have been part of the Hoodoo Terror, because he was very famous in the Deep South. Everybody knew about it. It even got me as far as if you saw Mr. Murphy or Jack Black, he was always thought to be a lucky totem or lucky omen, that something right was in your life. It was also said that he would walk up to people, brothers and sisters, and read their fortune, and he was always right. It was also said that he walked up to people and forecasted their death. Now, this is all folklore about this elder here. This is him. Mind you, this is the only picture of him. The only one. Now, when I first came upon this page a few years ago, I knew his picture. I knew him. Not so much Bishop H. Mason, but I knew him especially. Now, here's another one. Now, we just learned about Black Herman. That's him right there. Another one is Caroline Dye. Now, Caroline Dye is part of the Hoodoo Terror. Better known as Aunt Caroline Dye. Her name was Elder Caroline Tracy Dye, better known as Aunt Caroline Dye, was a highly respected seer whose name was recognized in Arkansas and the Mid-South in the early years of the 20th century. She was born to slavery in Spartansburg, South Carolina, about 1843, according to an author of 2009. Caroline Tracy became aware of her ability as a seer while still a young child. She would reportedly see things outside the line of her vision that others could not. And here we go. Now, this is said to be the only true picture of Caroline Dye. There's another one, but this is one of her. This is a lithograph of her said to be taken in her 50s. And she's another elder here. Now, this gentleman here, I do not know much about him, but I've heard of his name thrown around every once in a while. Dr. Jordan of Manny's Neck in Hartford County, who practiced until his death in 1962, enjoyed a reputation as a helper and healer, and drew clients from several states along the eastern seaboard. Now, this is this elder here. And he was a major conjurer as well. Mr. Jordan, or Elder Jordan, I've heard his name tossed around a few times. Now, this sister right here, Spiritual Mother Maud Shannon, we knew her as Mama Star. When I tell you, this sister was famous. This sister was famous. Everybody knew about her. Everybody knew to respect her, and everybody knew that she didn't play. And, she was one of these elders that literally you had to watch yourself around her because she didn't take no mess. It was said she was fussy, but she was gentle. Now, it was said that she could cure any illness any illness that there would be. She'd know how to cure it. She'd absolutely know her way around a good mojo. Now, we call her Mama Star. Sometimes some say Cast Star, but it's usually no Mama Star. Now, she's one of the elders that was part of the Eastern Star. Now, if you look, you see the hood over her head. You see the hood behind her. Mind you, she more than likely, she's there at a ceremony at the Eastern Star. She was a big Eastern Star. Huge. Absolutely huge Eastern Star. There's another one that should be here. Not read this before. Patsy Moses came out of Texas. This is another elder right here. Not much is known about her, but I've heard her name thrown around right here. Patsy Moses was born in Fort Bend County, a slave of the Armstrong family. She tells of charms and conjure many learned from ex-slaves. Patsy lived at Mart, Texas, the time of her interview with the YPA. That the YPA, you know what that is. That is um, the Chronicles that we love so much. The Hyatt Chronicles. That's what it's called. Now she tells a story here. Now mind you, they have hot links here. Let's go see. And here she is. Conjure Doctor Profile. Patsy Moses in her own words. Let's take a look at her. Hey, Patsy Moses. Now mind you, that's a 1932 Model T right there. No, that's 1932. 1929, but not Model T. Look here. There she is. Now she said, I was born in Fort Bend County around 1863. My daddy's old master by the name of Armstrong brought my folks to Tennessee. My own daddy and his mammy were called Preston and Lucy Armstrong. Mammy's granddad was Uncle Ned Butler, and he belonged to Colonel Butler in Knoxville, Tennessee. Old master sold the plantation and came to Texas just before freedom, because nobody think they'd have to free the slaves in Texas. My great-granddad fit in the Revolutionary War, and my own daddy fit in the War for freedom with his master for bodyguard. He had some fingers shot off in the battle and was taken prisoner by the Yankees, but he ran away and came back to the master, and his master was wounded and came home. Then he moved to Texas before I was born. My old granddad then told me all about Conjure and Hoodoo, lucky charms and signs. To dream of clear water let you know you're on the right side of God. The old hoodoo doctors was them that had the most power. It seemed over the old voodoo doctors was them that what they had most power, it seemed, over the NIGGR before and after the war. There was meeting places in secret and hoodoo cattle, and nobody knew what would you put in them. Maybe snakes and spiders in the blood, no telling what. Folks all came in the dark of the moon. Old doctor waved his arms, and the folks crowded up close. Then what did the hoodoo strips do the waist and commenced to dancing while the drum, let's call it bamboo shade. She's talking about a bamboo shade. I'm going to put this link up here, and it reads very much like the Hyatt Chronicles, definitely. My mom is an Eastern Star, and hey, honey. Now, y'all put that link up there on YouTube. Y'all can enjoy that right there and reading a little bit of history concerning Miss Jordan. Definitely. My grandfather still makes moonshine in South Carolina. Child Daddy still to make moonshine if he can still drink it. He said he got out the business because he said he was tired of the sheriffs after him. And I said, Daddy, the sheriffs are your best customers. He said, shut up. He didn't want to hear that. But the sheriffs are usually some of his best customers. Now, I want to go back and read more about Jack Black. You think around it too. Some of these have beautiful links, and some of them don't have beautiful links. Mind you, he doesn't even have a link. But Sister Caroline Dye, she does have a link here where you can pop on, read more about Caroline Dye. Let's see if we can read a little bit more about her. Caroline Dye was highly respected seer whose name was recognized in Arkansas and the Mid-South in the early years of the 20th century. Caroline had a large following from all over the South and in particular from Tennessee. According to Craig, 2009, that's one of her biographers, she only used the deck of cards to help her reading, and she refused to get readings about love or the outcome of World War I. She did, however, tell many people the location of strayed or stolen livestock, sometimes giving specific directions, and she helped people locate missing jewelry. She gave visions of the future for her clients and offered advice on missing persons. It was after Dye moved to Newport, Jackson County, that her reputation began to grow. She never claimed to be a fortune teller. That title was given to her by others. Her clients were both black and white, and most showed their appreciation by paying her a few dollars for reading, though payment was not required. Dye reported she received 20 to 30 letters a day, most including money for her services. It was said that some prominent white businessmen of Jackson County would not make important decisions before consulting her first. All day long, people crowded into her home in Newport waiting for a reading. She took advantage of the large number of visitors and sold meals from her house. Dye reportedly only used a deck of cards to help her. Concentration would not help her. Concentration and would not. Oh, she already said that, honey. She gave visions of the future for clients and offered advice on missing persons. Caroline Dye passed on September 1926, September the 26th, 1918, in Newport. After her passing, large amount of cash was reportedly found in her house. She is buried in Gum Grove Cemetery with over $250,000. It's Gum Grove Cemetery in Newport next to her husband, who passed on in 1907. And that is her legacy. There's so much about her, but she is one of those wonderful, wonderful elders that there's so much about. Murray Steele, I've heard about her too as well. Black and Cherokee Indian, Conjure woman from Washington County, Georgia, great-grandmother of artist Inga Kimberly Brown. Note the cigar. Now this is Mary Steele. I don't have much about her. Not necessarily. Some of these have links and some of them don't. Yeah, this is printed out this way. Oh, very good. Now, here's another one. Now, y'all do understand, there are root doctors coming every color. And mind you, is it Hoodoo? No, it's not. But she was a root doctor, and root doctors can come every color. Not necessarily Hoodoo, but root doctor. Emily Dunn, called Granny Doctor from the Ozarks, and she's what you call an Appalachian root doctor. Now, again, I stress this again. Was she called a Hoodoo? No, because this is a white woman, but she was a profoundly powerful root doctor. Now, Ozarks, she lived there to be 104. Learned about the herbal medicines from her father. However, some of the herbs she prepared and used, such as digitalis, known as foxgloves, Ella did not use because the herbs became readily available, already prepared in the drugstore. Even though my husband had heart trouble, she said, I never used digitalis. I didn't even know how my husband prepared it because we would buy it already prepared. But many other herbs became fever and cold remedies, spring tonics, salves, and ointments. Granny Ella wrote her own biography, The Granny, the Woman of the Hills. You could read Ella's story here. Now she's what you call an Appalachian conjurer. Everybody. So I put this set up that just wanted to. They also have Color Jack. Color Jack is also here as well. Color Jack, that we know Color Jack is part of the Hoodoo Tarot. Color Jack passed along July the 12th, 1922, 1822. Also known as Courtier Jack, and sometimes referred to as Color Jack Pritchard. He was an African conjurer known for aiding a free black man named Denmark Vesey in planning a large slave rebellion that would be known as Denmark's Vesey enslaved conspiracy of 1822. Now we all know Gullah Jack was lynched for this. He absolutely was. Let's read a little bit. Gullah Jack, hold on. The slave that Gullah Jack was a slave to Paul Pritchard in Charleston. Gullah Jack recruited African American slaves as soldiers for the Vesey plot and provided them with charms as protection against the whites he called buckra. He also said to have used his spiritual powers to terrify others into keeping silent about the conspiracy. Historians believe Jack's strong African culture contrasted against Vesey's preaching and helped many other slaves that joined the revolt. The Vesey plot involved taking over the state armory on armed rural slaves who would rise up and assist the others in the revolt. The slaves would then kill the whites of Charleston, take the city, and finally use the city's ships to escape, supposedly to Haiti, where slaves had overthrown the white government and now ruled. Eventually, the Vesey plot was leaked by other slaves that were coerced to confession. Consequently, South Carolina's authorities hanged Vesey, Gullah Jack, and 34 other leading conspirators. Mary Ellen Pleasant. I've been asked that before. What do you know about a dish? I've been asked that before. I don't. There we go. Hey everybody, I'm back now. Now that was absolutely lovely. The thing about it, Brother Jack, Nancy, Rick Meyer, the chicken man. What's the chicken man? This is a conjure. Definitely. Oh yeah, it's almost been through. I gotta get on here in about an hour. But y'all, I just want to come up just a little bit, just a tiny bit, just to talk to everybody and see how everybody's doing. Hope you're doing fine. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna be back on a little bit later. And I promise you, I'm gonna be a lot more prepared this time. Getting used to this whole YouTube, it's absolutely wonderful. I'm just really enjoying myself. But I'm broadcasting, just kind of showing up in both spaces. Takes a little getting used to, but I like it a lot. So listen, everybody, y'all be care, take care of yourself. I'll be back a little bit later on the night to be much more prepared. But listen, thank you so much for your time. I'll talk to you soon. Love everybody.